And talking about the kind of the size of the zander that we see here in the herring fleet, from what I've seen coming through, quite a lot are around that 50 centimetre mark, aren't they? They're quite aggressive feeders too.
Absolutely. So this water here is a really, really good zander water, maybe the best in Western Europe. And you have to find the bigger ones, but there are so many between 45 and 60. That's the tournament fish.
There is so much to this event that we'll talk about as we go. One of the things you've got to do, it's almost you've got to play a bit of a poker hand here, because the target is to catch 3 zander and you log them onto the app. Now, let's say for the sake of argument, you catch a 60 centimetre zander. Do you then log that onto the app and that's your fish that counts? Or do you hold out to try and catch a bigger one? 3 zander, 3 perch and a pike. If we've already seen a couple of metre long pike, fantastic stuff. We'll talk a lot more too about lures, about the technology that the guys are using to find the fish, and a little bit more about this amazing, amazing piece of water. Well, Jens, there's boat number 43, Jan Hubker and Jacob Kohler, who are clearly photographing a zander. Holding it up for the cameras, and back it goes. You were saying a couple of minutes ago this is a really good area for particularly zander.
There's a plateau in the middle of the water, and then comes a channel which is a bit deeper, down to 8 meters, and then it's going shallow again. And this area, the deeper area, seems to be a perfect condition for the zander. So you get them here the whole year. And if you need zander, you should go here.
Interesting also, they're fishing right next to a feature, aren't they? The buoy, the big red buoy next to the boat. And you can also see how much they're kind of struggling to stand up in these conditions. I mean, it is hard. We're starting to see a few white tops on the waves now.
The buoy is a bit structure on the ground because we have really less structure in the whole water. Fish stay where a bit of structure is, and yeah, it's not the worst spot they have chosen.
So yeah, we can see after the fish has been returned, some paperwork has to be done. Is that a fish? I think we've got a fish.
No, it was a strike.
It's a strike and a miss.
But I think they will try it again, yeah. So as I mentioned before, zander isn't a problem here for no team. They're trying to catch the perch and pike first. It needs a maximum of 30 minutes to catch 3 zander here.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, 1 every 10 minutes. The thing people looking at fishing kind of thinking that it's maybe not quite as a dynamic a sport as some other things, but when you see what we've seen this morning, you know, firstly the boats, secondly the physical effort that the guys are going through here to just try and keep in position and present their baits.
Yeah.
It's, you know, this is not easy stuff. One of the things that's very obvious from the quality of the people that are fishing in this event, when you see a boat like that, just explain to us who we're looking at, Jens.
Yeah, we're looking to a C8 Nitro. He has a nice V8 Mercury Pro XS on it and 2 Raptors shallow water anchors. His Ultrax trolling motor in front, some sonars, and this is a perfect rig, I'd say. They are part of the German Black Bass national team, and they will go to the World Championships in October.
You were saying in South Africa in the last World Championship they also did really well.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago they had 3rd place, and yeah, they're keen on bass fishing, so they often travel to Italy or France for having some bass fishing, because yeah, it's not a fish in Germany.
So there we know we've got 13 nations taking part, but the true international class of the field is when you see people like that fishing this fantastic piece of water. The end of the first day came after some brutal weather on the herring fleet. There was a surprise at the top of the leaderboard too. Aaron van der Heijden and Martin Reitsma were on top with a full house. In second, the German pairing Thomas Engert and Mark Pachowski. Michael Stallenhoff and Herman Sherman were in third. As the crews tidied things up and assessed the damage, there was plenty to talk about looking forward to day 2. So fellas, what a brilliant day. Can you explain to me how it all happened for you?
Yeah, it was. We had a bad start. It was. We tried to go fast to the first spot, but we're definitely not the fastest boat in the competition here. So we're a bit behind and a bit anxious that another guy took our spot. But we came on the spot and there was a guy pretty close to the spot, so we were a bit scared that our spot was taken already. But we started, I think, 200 meters from him, and he started in 5 minutes with a huge asp, an 80-centimeter asp, with a huge bite. Yeah, fish, bite! Oh, we were happy, celebrating already.
Oh my God!
And then I think we stayed on that spot for 20 minutes, and the other guys, they came too close actually, so we thought they were there first. So we left that spot, and we went to our second spot, our perch spot actually, that we chosen as our perch spot. And from minute 1, it worked. The spot worked. Was the first 2 big perches, 44, 46, I think.
They are big perches, well,
44, 46. Yeah. Then I kept on hammering on the perch. I kept on fishing for the third perch, and he started fishing for zander, because we called there zander before. And the first zander was
87, huh? Yeah.
No,
big zander though, haven't you?
78.
Oh, 78. Yeah,
78.
Yeah, 78.
Can I ask what you two guys do for jobs? Where do you work?
I'm a teacher.
You're a school teacher.
I'm a school teacher. Yeah.
He's my teacher. No.
And you?
I'm in the telecom business. Huh? So,
Okay, so you're not full-time anglers, basically.
No.
Now we have to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah,
How are you
definitely.
feeling now that you know all these epic sort of stellar anglers, and you two are leading the whole event? How do you feel?
Now we said to each other, it's just celebrate today. Let's enjoy the happiness we feel now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is another day. We do our utmost tomorrow to finish high, but it's in the top 10 will be great for tomorrow. But we'll see.
But that man in the distance, just walking out with a drill in his right hand and a little box of tools in the other, is Stuart Hennessy. Now Stu is the engine technician who is responsible for fixing stuff that falls off, breaks off, snaps off, or gets destroyed by these incredible boats. We've already seen him once today out on the water replacing an engine in those waves that we've been through. And he's just said to me, I've got to go and fix a stool that's been snapped off, and somebody over there's broken 3 things off. So we're just going to see how Stu gets on and have a little word with him about the job that he plays in this incredible event.
These guys just came in, and of course, as you know, this morning it was pretty rough conditions at the start. They got right on the throttle, pedal to the metal, and they shot through there. I think they went through 3 waves, and then the whole pedestal foundation is cracked. It's broken right out. I've never seen that before.
What other damage have you got to repair, Stu?
On this boat?
We've heard a few things.
Okay, so there's another boat came in over there. They've got, they've broken off, I think, 3 mounting things for their Garmins and Hummingbirds and whatever. They just snapped right off. They snapped off. They went through the waves and snapped everything off. It's crazy. And there's still guys coming in, so I think there's going to be a lot of people needing a bit of help or a hand to fix some stuff up, so we've got to get going. And there's another guy who wants to have oil changes, and I was supposed to be going home this evening, although I'd like to stay for the rest of the weekend. It'd be pretty cool, but I've got other jobs which are waiting at the workshop, so yeah.
I think people are going to need you, but there are 2 things if you aren't going home tonight. First of all, lots of people need you here, but secondly, you're going to get a lot of beer later on for repaying favours, aren't you?
I think yesterday I scored so much beer I can't drink. I have enough for the next 6 weeks. Okay, well we better get moving here,
You better get moving.
Otherwise the other guys will be waiting too long.
And look at this. This is in the deck and it's just smashed into about 4 or 5 pieces. The chair that was slotted into this section here has just clearly peeled back under the stress of the weather, the waves, and the tension that was happening while it was flying through the waves at God knows what speed. Well, I'll give you that one back for posterity, Stu.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll give it to these guys. They can hang it on the wall as a trophy, 'Cause I don't think these guys are going to win. I don't think they got enough fish, but they can hang that on the wall and say, well, we had a go at it and it's blown out on us. But
here you go. Living proof then, people, that every event like the World Predator Classic needs a Stu Hennessy. So we've come off the water now, and I thought it'd be really interesting to get Jens to run through some of the lures that the guys have been using. Lots of different stuff happening today. Presentation we know has been tricky.
Yeah.
You've got a little selection in your hand. Just run through 1 or 2 of those baits that you think might have been effective in this kind of extraordinary conditions today.
Yeah, so basically we start with the soft plastics, soft lures. We've got the bigger one and the smaller one. Put them below. Just ask some people here. They reeled the bigger one for pike. Just put on different sizes of weight. So if they should run deeper or in shallow waters, they put on the smaller jig for sander fishing. Next, I would choose the jig spinner. That's the Ilex Caraco. It's great for searching pike and perch. Because of its weight, you can reel it in different water depth, and you can jig it on the ground. It attracts the fish with this small little metal spoon in the end.
That's that. I like that one. That one might get disappeared into my pocket anyway.
And it seems to be a tiny lure, but it attracts a lot of big pike as well.
Also quite heavy, so you can cast it, importantly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
The next thing is a jig spinner. You can use good in shallow waters for perch and pike fishing if there are a lot of plants.
Whenever I see these, I can't believe fish eat them, but I know they do. They just look like nothing, don't they?
Yeah.
Nothing but everything. There's so much going on.
Small plates here as well, spoons, makes a lot of trouble under the water.
And the last one?
Yeah, that's our friend the chatterbait. A bit of a combination. It's a soft plastic attracted by these hairs here, the skirts, with its weight in the front and a small, how do you call it in English? Plate in the front with shatters, and you can fish it weedless as well. So some of them have a small connection here from the jig head to the hook.
A little kind of spring.
That's flexible, yeah. So the hook doesn't got in the plants, and if you strike a fish, it goes down and the hook is in the fish's mouth.
Brilliant. Well, that's a fantastic insight into what some of the guys have been using today. I think we're really looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow out on the water. You know, that's going to be a really interesting day. The forecast for the wind is much lighter.
Absolutely.
So we're going to wander around tomorrow and see what we can find, and I just can't wait to see what happens. It's going to be brilliant.